All right, it says, section 2 starts off with question number 4. Very often we show sample spaces using tables rather than lists. Kathy likes Honeycrisp breakfast cereal. Each box of Honeycrisp contains a plastic animal, a monkey, an elephant, a caribou, or a bear. And each of these 4 animals is equally likely to be found in any given box. Kathy's younger brother, Brian, prefers Corn Invaders breakfast cereal. Each box of Corn Invaders contains either Hero Comic 1, Hero Comic 2, or Hero Comic 3, and each of the comics is equally likely to be found in any given box. Tomorrow, Kathy will open a new box of Honeycrisp, and Brian will open a new box of Corn Invaders. They will find out what prizes they have. So let's take a look. It says the table representing the sample space for this probability experiment is given. And this is her being able to draw those out of the, what is it? She eats the Honeycrisp, and his options are across the top, which is from the Corn Invaders. It says, using an eraser, end of your pencil, locate the cell in the table that represents getting an elephant and getting Hero Comic number 2. Using the eraser of your pencil, locate the cell in the table that represents getting an elephant and Hero Comic 2. I'm just going to make a little note. Is this cell right there, elephant and Hero Comic 2, right there in the center. It says, which cells of the table represent getting a caribou? Getting a caribou would be anything on row 3. And just so you know, we count these as like, this is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, because they go across. These are called columns when you go up and down. So column 1, column 2, column 3. All right, which cells of the table represent getting Hero Comic number 3? You're right. That would be any cell on column 3. How many outcomes are there in the sample space for this probability experiment? Well, there were 4 different options for our animals, and there were 3 different options for our Hero Comics. So we have 12 different possibilities, or 4 times 3. This is our animals. And we have 3 different Hero Comics. Letter E. Locate again the cell in the table that represents getting the elephant and Hero Comic 2. What is the probability of getting an elephant and Hero Comic 2? Well, how many cells up here represented the elephant and the Comic 2? Only the one that I put the star in. Out of how many total? 12. So a 1 in 12 chance. Let's cover F. F says, now find the probability of getting an elephant or Hero Comic 2. Write stars in all the cells of the table that represent getting an elephant or Hero Comic 2. Note, you're writing a star in any cell that represents getting an elephant, any cell that represents getting Hero Comic 2, and any cell that represents getting both. You should be writing 6 stars in total. So let's go back up to the top. I get an elephant here. I would get an elephant here. I would get an elephant here. Or I can get a hero comic 2 here, hero comic 2 here, hero comic 2 here. And this one was already starred, so there was no reason to restar it. We can only count it once. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, like they told me I would. And how many total did we have? 12. So that would give me a 1/2 probability again. On to your debriefing question.